Welcome back, fans, to the Cobras Corner. James Brown here with the coach, Josh Resignalo. We are here live at the World of Beer here in Greensboro on Westover Terrace. Coach, an exciting start to the season. You are 5-0. How you loving the game so far?
It's good, 1 week at a time. You know, we're everyone's talking about they were undefeated, and we are, which is good. But you know, we still got a long road ahead.
You do indeed. However, the road so far has been a great one. A lot of really impressive wins, starting off at the beginning of the season with the win on the road at Albany, the defending champions. Talk to me a little bit about that one.
Yeah, so you know, we started off pretty good. First two games, we played not very good in the fourth quarter. So I think we had one score and two fourth quarters in the first two games. So you know, we needed to fix that, and then played Jacksonville. You know, they played us pretty tough in game 3, and then Orlando played them again. A little bit better situation. It was a little bit closer again, from the score standpoint, but it really wasn't that close.
Right.
And then last week in San Antonio, you know, started clicking a little bit better. You know, we're still not at where we need to be. But it's hard to say that when you're 5-0, you know. But from a coaching standpoint, when you see all the little things that everyone else don't see, you know, it's a big difference.
So, from a fan's perspective, to me, it looks like the defense has been solid and steady, giving up not a lot of points for the arena game. And then in this last week, the offense seemed to have exploded with 72 points in the last ball game.
Offense has been pretty decent throughout the season. Much better this past game, but again, it's just we got a lot of weapons, so we just figuring out the mixture of combinations and whatnot, and it doesn't really matter who's protecting or who's running routes. Bane's gonna make it happen, so we're good on that side. And then on the defensive side, you know, we're not playing bad. It's just there's some things that we can tweak here and there, and to be even better than where we are. I mean, we're still leading the league in points, you know, given up, so. That's good. We're 5-0, but you know, we're not there yet.
So, if you'll allow me, Coach, I'd love to be able to talk about guys that I think have stood out so far in the season. Guys like Ziegler up front and Fernandez. Of course, Bane with his play, which I think has improved each week, getting us to last week where I think he just went off the charts and looked so comfortable back there. Can't forget about Zach Brown. I love the way that he brings his passion and energy, especially given a really threatening run game.
Right.
And then, when you want to talk about, you know, the receivers, we've got Ings who returned. You've got DJ Myers, who's just a stud in the league. And then you've got the emergence of Lance Evans. He just jumps off the film at you. You know, when you watch him play, it's like, wow, look at this guy play.
Mm-hmm. And really the first few games, he didn't do a whole lot, but that was more so because he didn't have a lot of opportunities, and he did a good job of being patient, and towards the last couple of weeks, kind of speaking up a little bit. Hey, you know, I need to get on the field a little bit more, make some stuff happen, and it just, you know, the week before he had some more time, not as much production, but he did have some more playing time. And then it was almost like with DJ being out, it gave him opportunity to really showcase what he can do and just highlight himself throughout the league, and he did that for sure.
All right, back goes Bane.
Touchdown.
Bane's got him in wide open. It's Evans.
There we go. That's a hat trick for Lance Evans. Did I say touchdown too early? I apologize. But as soon as you see him break free, that's a touchdown.
Good afternoon, Cobras fans. Jason McMaster's here with the man that's made it all happen the last 3 games, the key to it all, the wide receiver, Lance Evans. How you doing this afternoon, Lance?
I'm feeling great. How about you?
All right. So how you been enjoying your time with the Cobras so far?
Oh, I've been loving it. First of all, when I first came here, I didn't know what to expect. But as the week kept on going, as we kept on winning, the fans started coming along, and I'm loving it.
Now, for the Cobras Nation out there, where did you come from, Lance?
Where
are you from?
I'm coming from Dallas, Texas, a little small town, Dallas, Texas. Played with Frisco last year, an indoor team.
Right.
And then with the connections that Frisco had with the Carolina Cobras, we made that trade happen, and that's how I ended up here. And I'm trying to show the ability that I got.
Now, you said you're from Dallas, Texas.
Yes, sir.
That is a high school football hotbed.
Yes, sir.
What were some of your favorite memories playing under the Friday night lights down there in Dallas?
My favorite memory would have to be when I played with my brother Gerard Evans back in high school. We threw the last second touchdown together.
Okay.
And we was on all kind of news outlets, brother-to-brother connection.
Right.
So that was that was my favorite memory I would never forget.
All right. And, of course, Gerard Evans was with the team here for the first couple of weeks of the team, but he has since moved on. Lance, a lot of talented receivers on the team. Of course, you've emerged this year. How have you and the rest of the receivers, like Kendrick Ings, like Adam Smith, getting along this year?
We getting along great. When I first stepped in the building, Kendrick Ings was a leader, a voice that you listened to because you knew what he did in the past. So he's a person that you can get information from. And Adam, he's just right there too with the same thing. When you need help with this, if you need help with that, he's right there. So with that being said, they're very good leaders.
And another talented receiver on the team this year, DJ Myers. How are you getting along with him so far, Lance?
Oh, that's my guy, DJ. Funny story, we actually was rivals in college. He played for MSU and I played for Commerce, and that's two big schools in Texas that's rivals. So it's kind of like a funny thing. We always say who's going to do what this week, who's going to do what this week. So with him being down this week, it's kind of hurt, but he's definitely a guy that I try to compete with because I know what he has.
Second game against the Jacksonville Sharks coming up this Saturday, Greensboro Coliseum. What are you most looking forward to in that game, Lance?
To see how many touchdowns I can score. But no, to be honest, I just like to win games, and I want to be in that championship when it comes down to the end.
Right. Hopefully you can break your 5-touchdown record that you had on last Friday, right,
sir.
Lance?
Yes, sir. That's exactly the goal. I'm trying to get 6 or 7 if that's possible.
So, Lance, the team is 5-0. What has been your favorite play so far?
Well, I would say the last scoring touchdown I scored in the fourth quarter versus Orlando, and they had to review the play, and to find out I had 2 feet in was the amazing part. But that would say my favorite play because the ball felt like it was hanging in the air forever. I'm like, is the ball ever going to come down? But no, that was my favorite play by far this year.
Now, to close us out, Lance, you got some social media you want to plug?
Yes, sir, I do. You can follow me at EasyMoneyEvans_ on Twitter and Instagram. And come out to the Coliseum this Saturday at 7 p.m. and see us beat up on the Jacksonville Sharks.
Now, of course, anyone who follows us and watches us on YouTube knows my bias is for the guys up front. So that's why I started with the guys like Ziegler, because I think he makes a huge impact, especially one season to the next. I think putting him in there really stabilizes that center position and that offensive line. And of course, I'd be remiss to not talk about one of my favorite guys, James Summers from right here in Greensboro, who it seems like every game he's going to give you 1, 2, or 3 touchdowns, right?
Yeah, he's definitely a game changer. He can do a lot of different things for us. He's our backup quarterback now. Plays defense, linebacker. We're working him out some and some DB. So pretty much whatever we need him to do, he'll do it. He's a very good athlete and a heck of a football player. And it's cool for him to be able to be back home and having the success that he's having.
Now, defensively, some of the guys that have really impressed me over the first 5 games, I think of a guy like Ford coming off the edge and really putting pressure on the quarterbacks. I think about Stovall, who comes up with big plays. Joe Powell, who, we don't want to reduce him down to the guy who got engaged during halftime, but he's played a phenomenal game as well in that secondary. Who are some of the other standouts for you these first 5 games on the defensive end?
Yeah, so Micah Robinson's been a big part for us too up front. As a whole up front, our trenches have been pretty almost back to like where we were in 19 and 18 and 19. We always had the top defense in the league. So to have that atmosphere back in the trenches, that's where it starts for us. Last year we weren't very good up front all around. We had our moments on defense, but offensively, we were hit or miss. I mean, it was very tough, even the quarterback play. So But you fix all those things, better quarterback situation, better group up front in the trenches. Like you mentioned, Larry Ford. He steps up big for us. A newcomer, Shahan Williams. He just came on a couple weeks ago. Has been a big addition for us. Of course, adding Zach Brown to the mix. He's been in the league for the last couple years, so to be able to get him on board with us, and of course Walt Thomas. I mean, as you're going through the names, we're just rattling off name after name after name after name.
Because I don't want to forget Harris too. I mean, he is a stalwart there at that front line, and I think that he's phenomenal. So not that I left him out, but he's just so good that he's just consistent there.
Right. And then Ames, another guy we brought on.
Right.
Him and Jordan, play specific roles for us, and everyone has a job, and they do a good job of doing what they're supposed to do.
Coach, in talking to some of the players, I think we're getting a sense that the team is really starting to gel and bond together on the field and then also off the field. Are you sensing that, and what do you attribute that to?
I think we're getting there. I don't think we're quite there yet. So, some of those things, when you see 5-0, you don't see some of the other stuff that we see. So, on the outside looking in, it looks great, but we're still trying to find ourselves inside. We got a long ways to go. We're about 80% of our potential right now. And when we can hit that stride, I think getting us over the hump is the team coming together even more so than what it seems like they are now, because there's a lot of things that we can be doing all around, from on the field, off the field, production, camaraderie amongst each other. You add all that into the mix, that's what's going to be that extra 20% and gets us where we need to be, and then it's going to be tough to beat us down the stretch.
One thing that you have to also point to when you're talking about some of the successes with the team is the coaching staff that you've assembled. I think you've got the right guys in key positions, and I think really you can see that in the play of the players. And you talk about guys like Coach Fuller, Coach Yarborough, Coach Glossinger, and then Coach Burns on the other side, Coach Green in the secondary. I think you've got a good group of guys there. Talk to me about their impact on this season so far.
Yeah, so through the last few seasons, I've been doing everything.
Right.
So it was big for me to be able to add some guys that have done the same thing and kind of help take some of the load off, so to speak, on the football side. Doing the business, and now I as the GM and trying to help put everything together. To have a good staff was important. Anson coming back, he's growing each year. I don't think he's hit his stride yet, which is pretty cool to see him grow, through the years and from player to coach, and because he played for me for a few years. So Adam Fuller was a no-brainer. When he unfortunately got let go from the Sharks, I wanted to figure out a way to make that work. He's one of those coaches I've always wanted to coach with. Yeah. He's great at his craft. Then Coach G's been around a long time in the football world, and Coach Burns, and we mentioned Coach Green. Coach Green brings a wealth of knowledge to the secondary. He was a great DB, but a first-year coach. So transitioning from player to coach is always not perfect. So you're learning, and as you go. And another Carmelo Velasquez for us, same thing. He just got done playing not too long ago, so he's helping on the offensive side, but. Everyone's hungry, and everyone's here for the right reasons, and that's what was important for me.
Hey, Cobras fans! Come out to the legendary Greensboro Coliseum to see all of the National Arena League football action. On May 28th, support the people you love for Cancer Awareness Night as the Cobras host the Jacksonville Sharks. Come out to the Coliseum on June 18th when the Cobras show no mercy to the defending champions, the Albany Empire, on Cobra Kai Fight Night. Start your Independence Day weekend the right way on July 2nd by coming out to support our real heroes on Military and First Responders Night as the Cobras face the Columbus Lions. The Lions return to the Coliseum on July 16th for Country Night to face the Cobras in the last home game of the season. Fans, great ticket packages are still available. Call 336-455-7232 to join the Cobras on their quest to win the 2022 National Arena League Championship. And remember, if you can catch it, you can keep it.
we've got a special person who does the anthem for several of the home games. Talk to me a little bit about your wife singing that national anthem and what that means to you.
Yeah, she always likes to try to be a part of stuff when she can. You know, she's very busy too. You know, she's a lead singer for a beach music group, the Catalinas. So whenever she's able to come, she comes out and don't really say that she's singing an anthem, but I kind of give a little nudge that she's singing the anthem.
Right.
Here. So, and then Caleb, you know, he's 9, just turned 10 yesterday. So
happy birthday, Caleb.
He's coming along. You know, he's been around football his whole life with me, obviously. So to see him kind of be able to do more stuff, like he just did a coin toss last game for us for his birthday, and just being around and helping out and stuff like that when he can, you know, is pretty cool because I'm very busy as it is. So all those little moments to be able to share that time, because I'm away from home a lot. Right. So whenever we can manufacture time, you know, the time's more valuable than anything. So whenever you get a chance to curate that, you know, we take advantage of it.
Yeah. All right, Coach. Now I know that you have to look at the team, the season, and the games with a critical eye to help push it forward. But take a step back for a second. Tell me, what's been your favorite part of the season so far?
The traveling to the games and being around the guys and just seeing the growth overall of where we started from in the beginning of camp to now is really been the best part for me. Because, you know, not calling offense or defense, I can see everything and kind of get a feel for where we're at and what we got going on. So I'm excited to see how that develops, you know, going forward into the rest of the season.
Fans, of course, we want you to come out and watch the games at the Greensboro Coliseum. If you're unable to come out, though, you can watch us on the YouTube live feed. How else can the fans reach out and touch our Cobras?
I mean, the biggest thing is, you know, following what we got going on social media is the easiest. We're out and about, you know, at some different events, so you can catch us out in town. We got a great, strong fan base to build from. Very die-hard, loyal fans has been with us since day one. And it's cool. You can see that fun time at tailgating, and the players feel it, and the players acknowledge it. So it's you know, they feed us every Wednesday night. So the season ticket holder each week, you know, feeds the guys each week. So it's a pretty cool moment for them to hang out with the guys and build that more personal relationships with them going onto the field on that weekend.
Cobras fans, come on out to the Greensboro Coliseum. Support our Carolina Cobras, 5-0 so far on the season. This week we take on the Jacksonville Sharks right there at the Greensboro Coliseum, Saturday night, 7 p.m.